Hi guys, welcome back to YouTube. I wanted to make this video just to do a little demonstration and explanation on why some protection practices are not enough. So for example, setting the intention for protection or setting the intention to stay sovereign, or a little protection prayer, or even placing yourself in a bubble of white light is sometimes not enough. This was sparked by a client of mine. We are in a mentorship together, and she was just wondering why her word was not powerful enough and why even her stating what she's asking for did not stop dark entities from coming in. And I just thought that other people might have the same question. So I'm going to do a little demonstration. I'm not an artist in this sense, so just bear with me. But I think one thing that a lot of people don't fully understand about the chakra system, because a lot of people learn through a new age lens, and I just see it differently. Our chakras are portals. And also, I've seen the theory that our chakras are nonsense and aren't real, and they, from my perspective, are. And so we're going to go with what I know and what I've been working on myself that has clearly been working, and same with the clients I've been working with as well. So we're just going to use the sacral chakra for example. And here it is. Sacral chakra. And like I said, the chakras are portals, and they take us deep into the many layers of our vast, expansive consciousness, which for a lot of us, we are disconnected from a lot of parts of ourselves and from even being able to access deeper layers of our consciousness. The chakra is the portal to which we can go deeper into that space and get to know ourselves more. The problem is all of our chakras are blocked. Even if some are more open than others, our system is in disharmony, disarray. Right now, we're working through it. We will get back to a state of equilibrium, back to a state of harmony where everything is working and functioning as it should be. But the reason as to why it's not, it's always energy. So any and all health issues we have, any body parts that are hurting, it's stuck energy. And the reason for some of us why we're working on this spot, let's say it's the shoulder, and it always hurts, and no matter how much we're doing and what we're working through isn't enough, because the energy block is so deep that it's going to take us time to work through it. So here is the chakra. Here's the portal that takes us deeper into our consciousness, to places that I'm still even learning and exploring. And I feel like I'm quite deep myself. So here's the sacral. And sometimes there is a block over the sacral that is not deep at all, and it's sitting over the surface. And that's kind of easy to tell if you put the pendulum over your chakra points, and if the pendulum isn't really moving too much, you can kind of see that the chakra is probably a little bit closed. These are really easy to clear, these blocks over the energy, like over the chakra. So just an example, like I'll ask my pendulum to show me a closed sacral chakra, and you'll see that it's pretty closed and not really moving so much. And now I'm asking to show me an open chakra. And I personally feel like I'm moving it a little bit right now, but this is what like an open chakra should look like with the pendulum. However, quick chakra clearing isn't going to do the trick, and here's why. So let's say you had multiple lifetimes of dealing with abuse, Because for a lot of us, these patterns that we're noticing in this lifetime run deep, 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 deep. And we actually go through similar-ish cycles in many lifetimes. So my pen is obviously running out of ink. This is perfect. We experience abuse, sexual abuse, because we're working on the sacral chakra. And there's now all this stuck energy in the chakra from the experience that we had. So blocks here, 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 and then you completely closed yourself off here from the trauma. Okay. Then we have a lifetime, let's say, in Atlantis, wherever, where we did magic, black magic, and worked with sex magic, and our wombs were open. And now there's the repercussions of that. And now the chakra, looks like this. And that's just 2 experiences. Most of us have had hundreds of lifetimes of accumulating these traumas, these wounds, this stuck energy in our system. Now, all of this stuck energy is affecting our, if you're a woman, ovaries, our reproductive system, our womb, even the root chakra. So we're starting to now have some physical symptoms. Also, there are entities that create a home within us in this way, and they attach to the sacral, since that's what we're talking about. And they live there and they stay there. And at one point in time, we allowed them in. And then you also have all of these little parasites, parasitic energies, just for the sake of time, so you don't have to sit here and watch me draw. There's more where that came from, but now you've got all these parasites and these entities that are feeding off of you. Let me keep going. So now you've had a lifetime because of all of this abuse where you've completely now cut yourself off from intimacy, from sexual energy, and there is no vitality and life force really. I don't want to say no, but less vitality and life force running through, and you've totally closed off this space. And now the chakra looks like this. And this is nice, because what I see, there's so much more going on than this. But just so you get the idea of what is going on in our system, in our blueprint, and why a bubble of white light and a prayer sometimes isn't enough to overcompensate what is happening here. Sometimes the distortion, the darkness, does overpower the light. It's a temporary experience. It's not permanent. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we know the light is more powerful. We know the light wins. But when you've been wounded time and time and time again, especially on this planet where we look at our history and there's been so much pain, we haven't had basic necessities. There are people starving. There are people without shelter, without clean water. Like, that is really traumatic. And that's just not having basic necessities. On top of that, we're hurting each other. We're at war with each other. Like, we have stuff, and our body remembers all of it. And we haven't had the opportunity yet to be able to effectively process and clean out what has happened in these other lifetimes, and also this lifetime too, because, we're still experiencing all of it. So my point in sharing this is the reminder that the protection techniques are important. Don't stop doing those just because you're seeing this. Our protection is also only as strong as what's going on internally. So you can do all the right things and say all of the right things, but if your inner world looks like this, your your protection and your shielding is almost in a way somewhat of a mirror of that. Not exactly, but the more clearing you do here, the stronger then your shielding and protection becomes, because you become the shield, because you're replacing all of this stuck energy, all this distortion, clearing out these entities that are connected to the underworld or to dark beings. And it's now restored back to its original organic blueprint, which is source, which is love. And all of this light starts to now fill in this space. And naturally, it's not going to be a match to this darkness and this distortion anymore. And then your auric field strengthens and your vitality strengthens, and you're no longer going to be hit with entity attacks or psychic attacks because of that. So this takes time. Sometimes this energy it's like there's a block. We can't see it. And that's when, we need support with someone else's eyes that we trust to be able to identify it. It's also why I love plant medicine, because plant medicine lifts the veil as well. And we just keep working through layer by layer by layer. And sometimes it's dark forces. Sometimes it's inorganic implants and tech. Sometimes it's trauma. Sometimes it's stuck emotions. Sometimes it's mom stuff and it's not even ours. And we just keep going layer by layer by layer in clearing what's there. So I hope this helped. Sometimes, and again, this is the sacral, but all of our system kind of, kind of resembles this in a way. Obviously, some chakras are more blocked than others. However, sometimes what we need to clear right here is actually connected to something going on in the mind. So we need to go into the mind and do all of this clearing here so that this thing now can also clear. It can get complicated, which is why I feel I've gone through what I've gone through to understand this, to be able to actually see results for the clients that I'm working with. So let me know if you guys have any questions. And you can find me on laurenonearth.com if you're interested in working with me. Lauren on Earth on TikTok and Instagram. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.